Former High Court Judge Michael Kirby has been appointed to lead a UN investigation into human rights abuses in North Korea. Kirby will lead a 3-member committee which will investigate allegations of torture, prison camps and starvation in the isolated state. Pyongyang is refusing to cooperate with the UN investigation, meaning the committee will largely have to rely on testimony from North Koreans who have fled the country. Here, Michael Kirby speaks with us about the inquiry.
The inquiry has been established as a commission by the Human Rights Council of the United Nations. It has a mandate to investigate complaints of human rights abuses by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is North Korea, and the Commission will have to listen to and gather the evidence, analyse it, reach conclusions and express those conclusions, and we have to report by mid-March of 2014, so that it's not a big time frame for a significant inquiry which we will be conducting.
Access to North Korea is quite difficult and the country is so far refusing to cooperate with this investigation. How is that going to affect your task to ensure full accountability?
The Commission will undoubtedly observe due process. We will make every endeavour to pay our respects to the people and the government of North Korea. We will be making contact with them once the Commission is up and running, and we will give them a full opportunity to respond. Also, there will be obligations to provide material for comment if that is the wish of the government of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. One can't force a nation state to make representations or to take a part, but this has been established by the United Nations, and the commissioners will discharge their obligation. We will then report to the political organs of the United Nations, and it will be a matter for those organs to decide what they do with the information that we collect. There are many communities of people who originated from North Korea in nearby countries, particularly Japan, but also I understand in Thailand and in the Republic of Korea, South Korea, so that I don't think it will be difficult for the Commission to reach out to and receive information from Koreans in other countries if that is necessary, as it will be.
If human rights abuses in North Korea are found to constitute crimes against humanity, what are the likely options for international action?
I wouldn't want to anticipate what the findings of the Commission will be. I can approach this matter with complete dispassion and without preconceptions. I have had, after all, 34 years of training as a judge in Australia with doing that, and that is the way in which I, and I'm sure my fellow commissioners, will be approaching their task. And we don't have to actually make the decisions on what happens to the material when it is presented. That is the responsibility of people who represent the nation states of the United Nations, and it'll be for them to decide that. But our duty is to examine the evidence, to express findings and to make the report to the United Nations, which is what we will do, and we will do it on time.
Michael, Pyongyang has ignored international sanctions in the past, especially in relation to its nuclear threats. How effective will instruments like the International Criminal Court be in bringing those accountable to justice?
The Commission doesn't actually start its mandate until the 1st of July, and therefore at this stage everything is still very much in a preliminary phase, and the work is being prepared to set up a secretariat for the Commission. Interestingly, that secretariat is even independent from the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. It's an independent secretariat for an independent commission which will be going about its job independently and will be securing the evidence on the issues that are raised. It's not entirely true to say that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea hasn't cooperated with the United Nations in particular areas such as UNICEF, the Children's Fund. There has been cooperation, and I'm hoping that there will be avenues for cooperation in the work of the Special Inquiry.